Hey folks, so this is TJ with Best Leather, and for this review I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I got a Saddleback squared backpack. Saddleback sent me one to a review, and I think I'm going to do some videos and kind of walk you through what it looks like to live with it, to use it frequently, and you know, give you the pros and the cons. There's always cons when you're buying something this expensive, and hopefully it'll give you a really good understanding of why you'd want to spend so much money, nearly $600 on an item like this, or why you wouldn't. So this is also a backpack with the new tobacco leather, and there's been some controversy, as to the quality of the leather and whether or not the Saddleback is saving money and not passing those costs on to consumers. So we'll also take a look at the quality and see how that stacks up against some of the older stuff. I have access to a tank backpack, Saddleback's classic backpack, and we'll be able to compare it there. So I hope this is enjoyable to you. I have to warn you, I've never done videos or video editing before, so this is a little bit new territory for me, so I hope you can bear with it, and I hope it's helpful for you. So let's dive in. Before we do start, I wanted to show you kind of where I live and what I'm fortunate enough to see. So it's a beautiful fall day, and just wanted to see this sunset. Just came down to the lake. This is Coeur d'Alene, and it is just amazing today. Lovely day to be out and about. So fortunate enough to see it, and I hope that brightened up your day if it's not quite so nice. So this is it. This is the Saddleback squared backpack, and want to go through and show you guys a few details on it. So this backpack retails for $582, and show you some of the features and reasons why it's quite so expensive. The classic backpack was actually what got me into Saddleback leather and quality leather products elsewhere. I had a friend who had one, and I couldn't believe that it was $600. And the more I researched into it, the more I realized it costs a lot to make these bags. I think there's, maybe this is a little bit of a guesstimate, but like 12 square feet of leather here, and if you're looking at leather prices, you could be spending $100 just on leather, not to mention hardware and the time to make it. These people have to be craftsmen because there's a very high level of precision required for leather working. So let's go into some of the details on this. I've had this backpack for 2 days now, and so far it's been a very enjoyable process. The first thing I'm going to show you is the straps. Now, these straps are different than the Saddleback classic backpack straps. A little bit different design there. I'll show a picture of the old straps there. One of the problems that they had was they were very thick, they were very padded, and they would scrunch up. So if you can see how I've scrunched it there, you'll notice that those bumps there can get really uncomfortable and it's worse on the old one. So that's nice. Those are pretty comfortable straps, surprisingly. The first day that I was using it, I was kind of stretching it and twisting with my hands so to help it break in a little bit quicker. But it's been very comfortable so far. Another aspect that's helping the comfort, as opposed to the tank, classic I keep trying to say briefcase. The classic backpack is right here. There was a seam, and that seam would irritate your lower back if you wore it quite a bit, and people would get pretty severe chafing. So this is actually one piece of leather that just goes right around that corner, and that has not posed a problem whatsoever. Now, I haven't worn this for any extended periods of time. I'm going to try and do some hiking with it. I'll go out with 4 or 5 hours and see what kind of issues may come up. But so far, I'm really enjoying the straps. Another detail on the straps is the flexibility and the ease there is to change the strap sizes. So on the old one, there was all sorts of straps to undo. You had to, or one strap, but it was very long, and you'd end up with, you know, if this was the old one, you'd have layers and layers and layers of strap, a lot of extra weight. So they've really trimmed that down. These are very easy to change and adjust. It took me about 10 seconds to get it right for my size. So definitely the shoulder straps are very nice. I haven't noticed any problems with them at all. So the next thing, kind of the elephant in the room for some people, is the new leather. This is the new tobacco leather. And you'll notice, if I kind of do a close-up here, that it comes with kind of a patina. Now, I like this. I like this patina because as much as the backpack looks used, it's still in very good condition. The leather is just as strong as it's ever been. I don't notice any things that I would consider blemishes, those being, you know, deep scarring or anything like that. But it's just unique. You know, you see stuff in leather that I think you should see. It's not, you know, one mass-produced product, and I kind of felt like the older leather that they were using, it looked like it had been coated in plastic. It didn't feel all that great. Well, their tobacco was just kind of a muted yellow color. So this is kind of a more true tobacco, and I quite like it. Now, like I said, there's no scars. Part of the controversy is that scars are decreasing the value of the product, and Saddleback isn't lowering the price of their products. I don't think I can speak to that because I haven't seen any scarring or anything on this. So maybe in another product we'll get to check that out. But I'd say as far as the quality of the leather goes, it's top notch. However, when I first got it, you'll notice there's some spots here. These are actually bug bites. But when I first got them, I thought, oh boy, this backpack has had water damage. It hasn't. These are just bug bites, but it is something to note. If you're looking to have a leather product that doesn't have sort of unique character to it in the leather, something like the old tobacco, then you're better served by going on eBay or going on one of the Facebook pages and buying one on there. You can buy some really great, lightly used, older tobacco colored leather, which is, you know, it pretty much looks immaculate when it comes, and it takes quite a bit to wear it in. This looks very nice. I really enjoy this leather. So the last thing I wanted to talk about here was the pockets. Now, when it comes to backpacks, Saddleback is I think one of the best in terms of options. You've got a lot of pockets. You've got 7 pockets total. You've got this one here and a matching one on the other side. This front pocket here will hold a small laptop. I don't think I can get this off with one hand. There we go. Alright. So we've got this front pocket here, and that will fit a laptop, 11-inch laptop, maybe a 12-inch, and a mouse pad. That one's from Urban Cow on Etsy. They did a great job with that. So you got a lot of pockets. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 interior pockets. And I like this because you can really use this usably every day. So if you're going to class or going to work and you're looking for something that has a lot of class, a lot of style, and you know, it's going to last a long time looking good, then this is a good option. I should also mention the pigskin. This is very, very interesting pigskin compared to what it was. It used to be very dark, and I thought it looked rather inorganic. I think it had been treated, dyed most likely, but this has a very nice soft feeling to it. It's not very rigid like the older pigskin, and I very much like it. You can see little spots, you know, not only the hair spots. I'll try to get some spots. So you can see there there's some little hair spots where it's been de-haired, but if we look carefully, we can find a bit of scarring. Is that maybe, I don't know. I can't tell if that's a scar or not. But there are slight, minor issues. But that's what happens when you work with leather and animals that run into fences and whatnot. Really well made. So you can see we've got lots of rivets everywhere. I don't know if you've ever tried to tear leather that's riveted together. I encourage you to try, but don't get a hernia doing it because it is tough. This leather is thick, and these are big rivets. So, I don't know what the world's going to look like in 100 years, but I think if any leather product that I've seen so far is capable of lasting 100 years, it would be the Saddleback products, because they're pretty much just over-engineered. That's ridiculous. They're using high quality thread here. They're double stitching it. I think these are going to do a good job of lasting. They are using hollow rivets, and that's so you can apply them more easily. They go on with a foot press. These aren't solid rivets. I don't think that's going to be a strength issue. If you had a lot of shear force on these rivets, it might be an issue, but it shouldn't be an issue at all with these. It also makes it a little bit lighter. Lightness is kind of an issue, and it's once again it goes to pros and cons. So if you want a really light bag, don't get this bag. It's 8 pounds or so, which honestly I think is well worth the cost. But carrying leather items, there's always pros and there's cons. The pros is it looks really classy, it'll last a long time. You won't need to buy a new item for very long. But the downside is you don't want to get it stolen because the replacement cost is really high, and it's heavy. They can be a little bit bulky or awkward, and you have to decide whether or not you want to put up with something like that in order to have a bag like this. So that's my first initial thoughts on the bag. I'll be doing more as the coming weeks come up, and hopefully you enjoy it. So feel free to put comments and tell me what you'd like to see. If you have any suggestions on video editing or cinematography, I'd love to hear them. I'm enjoying learning how to do all this. So till then, I'll talk to you guys later.